Okay, this is video number 7. I'm still working on the tank, getting it installed. I wanted you to see how I've redone this spring. It's not great, but the main thing is there's tension on it now. So it should not come loose because there's going to always be tension there and always be tension there. But the thing I've noticed about this, the previous owner had gone in and connected all these springs to the wrong places, and in trying to adjust the RPM, what you can do with these, this is actually made to be bent, but he's bent this so far out that this mower would race. It'd probably be running full throttle because you see how much tension is on there? That's too much. You almost want that to flop around. All right, so someone has bent this way out, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to bend this back in. Of course the mower's moving, but let me get up against that stop. Okay, now I'm going to bend this back that way. Okay, so now it's not, doesn't have so much tension on it. Oh, okay, it looks like it's touching down there, so I'm going to lift this up. That's a little better. See if I can loosen this spring somewhat, because it's a little bit wonky too. So that's tightening it. Okay, so I'm going to try to spin it this way. There we go. Okay, now we've created some space. That's still a little too tight. Still a little too tight. So what I'm going to do, I don't want to mess up that connection. So I'm going to bend this further in. Like that. I'm going to loosen this one too by pushing it a little forward, not too much. Okay, that's getting a little better. Let's see. There we go. Oh, look at that now. See, there we go. See how that's kind of loose and flopping around? That's better. I don't think this mower's going to race now. And if it does, we'll come back and adjust this some more. It may be pulling against that one, so I'm going to push this one a little bit more in. There we go. Okay. I'm thinking that might be okay. We'll find out soon when we pull the cord on this guy, or on this gal, Connie. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. That is not too bad. All right, so now we got our tank on. Now we have to mount this, so we need that 3/8 screw, and we need our 1/2, and we got our spacer in, so we're not going to break that tank. Let me find where I put those screws. Okay, there's a tank screw, and there is a 3/8. So these guys will put this tank on here. All right. Get this one started. You can see the hole, so that's good. That means this can line up. Then this one goes in here. Need it to line up. I think that's okay. Cinch down this 3/8. Now before I put gas in this mower, before I put gas in this mower, I am going to drain a little bit of the oil off, because you guys will probably remember it was overfilled, and I haven't taken that out yet. So it'll probably be about a teacup full of oil that's going to come out of this mower. And here's the half going in. Good, that's tight enough. And let me cinch up the 3/8 again. Oh, that's gonna help that spring tension right there. Let's check it again. Oh, that's great. See that? It's just kind of flopping around. That's what you want, because you want it to be controlled by that air vane when it blows with the air. All right, so that's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and tilt this mower on its side. Carburetor always goes to the top, and they get about a cup of oil out of this thing. Now, the handle is what keeps this thing from tipping over on this table. You get something to pour about a cup of oil in it. I just use a little milk jug. I'm going to loosen this dipstick just a little, so it'll drain some. I'm not going to take it all the way out, because it'll fall into the bowl. I don't want that to happen. But I want to drain a little of this oil out. So here we go. That's not good. There's water in there. There's water in the oil. So I'm going to go ahead and take all that oil out. Come on out of there, you. That's why that oil is high. I mentioned that earlier on, that you can get oil and water in there, and that causes you to think your oil level is high. But it's actually oil and water. The water has forced that oil high. So we're going to get that out of there. Fortunately, it wasn't a lot of water. So thank goodness for that. Sometimes you can tell by the color of the oil. So I'm going to let that drain for a while. The first thing that came out of there was crystal clear, so it means it's got water in the crankcase. But the thing I love about these Briggs and Strattons, and by the way, that's the only kind of mower I will work on. I don't work on Tecumseh, I don't work on Honda. At least by choice, I don't work on any of those. I only work on Briggs because I just think they're so great. And even though this thing had water in the crankcase, it's going to run. And we're going to get it running good. At least that's my prediction. I could be wrong, but we'll see. So I'm going to let that drain for a minute. Let me come around. I'm going to shut off the camera. Stay tuned.